Hey, on your way to Sturgis, if you're coming through Iowa, say you're on Interstate 29 and you're running up western side of Missouri and Iowa, I got a couple recommendations for you. If you have the time, I'm going to recommend that you ride the Loess Hills Trail. And you say, what the heck is Loess Hills? Well, the Loess Hills is made up deep deposits of loess, which is a fine-grained, wind-blown soil, and it has created rolling hills and a bunch of steep slopes and some scenic areas which you can see for many, many miles. And actually, there's only two places in the world that have these loess deposits, and the other one is in China, and I don't think you're going to be able to ride there too easily. But anyway, when you are coming up Interstate 29, and you can ride the whole thing. It starts in southwestern Iowa down by Hamburg, Iowa, and it's the Loess Hills Scenic Trail. You can find that on any map, but say you don't have a whole lot of time, I'm going to recommend on Interstate 29 that you jump off at a Missouri Valley. And from Missouri Valley, you can find the Loess Hills Trail. So let me just back up a second. So you're on Interstate 29, and you're riding north. You get north of the Council Bluffs, Omaha area. Look for exit 75, which will take you into Missouri Valley. If you're from around the area, you just say, hey, I'm looking for Mo Valley. And then you get off on the Highway 30 and you ride into town, and you will find all the way into town, in the middle of town, North 1st Street. And you turn north on North 1st Street, and that becomes the Loess Hills Trail. And you can run that as far as you want up to the Sergeant Bluff, Sioux City area, and you're going to pass through some towns, Mongolia, Pisgah, Soldier, Turin, and depending on where you go from there, some people go through Mapleton, Smithland, Odo, and then head over to like Climbing Hill, and then over to Sergeant Bluff. And that's one way to do it, and that's a fun way to take too. A lot of hills, a lot of scenic places you can pull off and just see for miles. Good picture taking with your bike and you and your friends. So that's one of them. Or if you want, you can jump off exit 95 just north of Missouri Valley. You keep going up, and like I said, exit 95, and you go through, it's a little town you won't even know you were there. It's called River Sioux, and it keeps on going into another little town. That one you might know you're in, but not for very long, and it's called Little Sioux. And if you go north on Main Street and you look for Easton Trail, and you take Easton Trail kind of northwest out of town, and it will go up a pretty big hill, and that is Murray Hill Scenic Overlook. And there's a place to pull off there and get some great pictures, great views of overlooking the Loess Hills trails. And you can also then continue on, I think it's F20, and it's also the Easton Trail, and you will come out in a little town called Pisgah, and then you can continue on with the Loess Hills Trail and go through Moorhead, and you come out in Soldier. And I recommend when you get to Soldier, right on Main Street there's a little place called Leather and Hogs, and they have all kinds of coats, chaps, anything you need to wear on your bike. And they're really good people. They take really good care of you. I bought a pair of chaps there, probably about 8, 9, 10 years ago, and those chaps still holding up. They've been weathered a little bit, but they still are holding up really well. So once you get on Soldier, and you go through Leather and Hogs, and there's all kinds of little bars and stuff along the way. I suggest maybe stopping at some of those in Iowa. A breaded pork tenderloin. Most bars, most restaurants make a pretty good one. I could be wrong on a few occasions, but for the most part, they make a pretty good one. Highway 37. If you take Highway 37 all the way back to Ottawa, you can get back on Interstate 29, or you can run up to Turin, Highway 175, and you can jump back on the Loess Hills Trail. And it's full of good riding, a lot of hills, a lot of good curves, and a lot of scenic overlooks on that road. So those are the two recommendations on the western side of Iowa. If you're going to Sturgis and you have the time going there, coming back, and you want to get off that interstate and quit fighting the traffic, like I said, Loess Hills Trail, not a bad ride. I've done it on my bike. I've done it in a car. I've even done it in my work truck a few times. When I worked out in that area, it's worth the ride. So I recommend that. Oh, hey, by the way, how you doing today? This is the J Glider. Thanks for checking out the J Gliding channel, and it's what I'm here for, helping navigate through Iowa. And it's not all flat and straight. We do have that, and we do have our cornfields, but there are places, if you look, get off the beaten path, you can find some interesting things and some interesting roads. So the Loess Hills Trail, 2 options there I picked, or even 3 if you want to run the whole thing. So there you go. I hope you take those recommendations and look into them. All right. Now, if you're coming in from the west side of Iowa, Interstate 80, maybe jump off at the Aldridge exit, Highway 61. Let me see. I can't remember what that is. 298 exit B, 295B. And you run up through Eldridge, stay on 61, run it up to Dubuque. And if you're coming in on Highway 20 through Dubuque, then you go over to Highway 52 and go north through Dyersville. If you're in Dyersville, just northwest of the town is the Field of Dreams. Maybe you've heard of that movie, but take 52 through Luxembourg all the way up to Gutenberg, whatever. And in Gutenberg, you can jump off onto the Great River Road, and you can run that Great River Road and stay on it. It's very scenic on the Iowa side. You're going to run up through Clayton, McGregor, Marquette, and keep on running it north all the way up to just shy of, I think, La Crosse. So I would run it up pretty close to La Crosse. There's bluffs, and you're pretty close to the river a lot of times. So take that road too. Thanks, and have a great day.